women do have the power, it seems like, in the dating game, and that's why I've got our female panel here to help guys with their issues. And I'd like to introduce the panel. We have Pam, female comedian, Dr. Jemima Petch, who's a psychologist with Vision Psychology and also the Director of Relationships Australia, Director of Research, and we have Abby, who needs no introduction. And basically, what you've brought here, you've got a guy who you met at Woolworths. You were shopping and this guy you met in the line, and you didn't realise, obviously, made an impact on him because he wrote you a letter and dropped it off at your work.
That is correct.
Which is obviously nearby. He saw you walking there, or?
I assume, yeah. One can only guess.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to read out some of it. Dear Pam, allow me to introduce myself. We met briefly at the Woolworths checkout last Friday when you were buying ingredients for blah, blah, blah. I am afraid that I need your assistance in a matter of some importance. You see, shortly after I met you, I managed to lose my heart. I think that you may have inadvertently taken it with you. And it says some other stuff. And then it goes, should you decline, basically he asks you out for coffee to discuss this further. And should you decline my invitation, which you've obviously memorised this. I read it every night before I go to bed. I fear that my heart may not be lost but broken as well. It's very interesting. It's a very old-fashioned sort of thing. A letter, way to pick up a girl.
Beautiful penmanship. If we could.
He's a bit older. We'll say that.
He's he is a dapper senior citizen.
And I mean, we'll talk about that. But basically, you responded after a while, sort of saying you basically had to sort of let him in gently.
That's right. He gave me several avenues to respond.
Yeah, he left all these details there.
Yes, he did. And I decided email was the best course because him being an older gentleman, perchance he wouldn't know how to work the Google machine. But he replied in turn and promptly.
Yeah.
And I think you've got the email.
And his response was, it did not deter him. The way you said that you sort of tried to let him down gently. You didn't say that you were taken. You said you are single, but you don't feel like you'd have enough in common or something.
That's correct.
That was you. Okay, so that was basically, that's important, the way that you let him down. And then he did this big email saying, I must confess I despaired of ever hearing from you, so your reply gave me a smile. Your letter gave me some pleasure. It's just sickening. Sorry, but yeah. I felt strongly that I had to get to know you. What mere mortal man could do otherwise when he encounters a goddess such as you.
Wow.
It's really full on. Like, I'm just reading the highlights. There's a few little things. And he said that he's not a take charge sort of person, but it's you that made him do this.
Yeah,
and
that was my favourite part. It is you who's made me bold.
And at the end, though, basically what's important is that he's compromising now. He's stepping back and he's saying, let's set aside the question of romance and instead meet as friends. So now he's saying he just wants to be friends. Basically, the thing is, I mean, I think you should have said you were seeing someone or something, to give him no chance.
I don't believe in being dishonest, so...
Fair enough. But you've given him hope, you're making him more desperate.
No, I was up front. I said, I am unattached, but I don't see us making a connection. I did not anticipate
Yeah, but now he's
him.
trying to justify it and say, no, yes we would. Yes, we would. Let's just be friends.
Exactly, yeah.
And then let's just be pen pals. And then it's going to just go more and more. I guess hopefully you'll get rid of it.
Yeah, let's be pen pals. That's the next. Yeah. Let's strike up a written correspondence.
Would you, like, to the other ladies here, like, is that a turn off? Do you think it's too full on? Like, that's a turn off? Like, would that work on you? Is that a good way to meet a guy?
It's very intense, isn't it? I mean, I have to say, it is very well written.
Oh, yeah.
He says some wonderful things to you. I mean, you're a goddess. You are a goddess.
In his eyes, yeah.
No, you are. But that wouldn't work for me.
You're going to write me a letter now?
I think I am, if it works. No, it's very flattering, but it's just
if you're really attracted to the guy physically?
Yes, if I was attracted physically, I think I'd be more inclined to...
But you just use him once and then just get rid of him, wouldn't you?
No.
Well, see, That's
you don't
the
think
issue.
so? Because he's too soppy. He's too like, and look, I'm not saying I haven't done this before. That's why I want to say like, it's really like he's showing way too much interest, well ahead of where you are. I think you should show a little bit of interest.
I think he's trying another tactic. I think he's just thinking, you know
just
what, I'm going to put my cards on the
tactics,
table.
But when you tell a girl how you feel, when you don't even know her, and you're acting like you're in love with her when you just met her for 2 minutes, I think that's way too much.
Who did you do that to?
It is like the movies. He's trying to recreate a movie for you.
Yeah, I think...
Yeah, and that's not reality. That doesn't work.
I think...
We want to escape from reality, don't we?
Well, apparently not. You said it wouldn't work.
No, this was the other issue that came up. Like if he, if he came in sort of like a George Clooney type package, as opposed to,
still
sort of
his
like,
game is so poor. I still don't think it would work because
Burning Man Santa Claus.
I don't care how good looking a guy is. Like if you're too desperate, girls don't like it. It's a turn off. Dr. Jemima, please.
The research would usually say the same sort of thing, that relationships and friendships are best built on a reciprocity basis. So if he shows some interest, he waits for her to show some interest, and then he ups his interest and she ups her interest. If she's showing no interest at all and he's sort of at 100%, then that does make most women feel awkward.
So you should have said just a little bit, showed a little bit of it. I said something like nice meeting, or I don't know, but not gone off in this whole fantasy land of our lives together and that sort of thing.
Yeah, he definitely drew a lot of his own conclusions about how we had a lot in common, etc. I think in the end, it sort of showed how desperate he was for a relationship, that he was inventing.
Exactly.
It was clear that he was inventing a relationship that wasn't there, or a connection that wasn't there.
He thinks that you're a nice person. He doesn't know.
That guy's off his rocker.
He's assuming that you're a beautiful inside and out.
Yeah, well, he was a senior citizen with like poor visual acuity. So.
No, but I mean, obviously that is true, Pam. But he shouldn't assume that, just based off like he's telling you that he's fully committed to you, basically, and he doesn't even know that he's got no self-respect, not enough self-respect to be a bit more cautious and test out women a bit more to make sure they're the right one for him.
Well, that's loneliness. I think he was just a lonely guy. Desperate man in exacting desperate means.
Thoughts? Sorry, Abby, before we move on. What?
I think you took the words right out of my mouth. If he was wealthy, I know, not saying that I would personally, not personally me, but I just think that for some circumstances, if he was a rich, powerful bloke, there might be some women that would perhaps consider him.
So he should have mentioned, if he does have money, put that in your letter.
If he had put like a 50 note in there, this could be ended a completely different way.
Or written it on really expensive
probably not
paper.
enough.
Yeah.
Instead of
is that what you consider wealthy? A guy who can...
$50.
You're really setting the bar high there, guys. Good on you. Good on you.
You're always